Assalamu alaikum, wonderful viewers. Welcome again here on Kuonko TV. Here I have my co-host and then our guest, and the theme lived experiences, and then on the topic the back way. So I hope you all have a good time as we go on with the show. Let's have our co-host introduce herself, then our guest.
Good morning, wonderful viewers. I am the co-host. My name is Adam Hauser.
And I am Usainu Kamara. Yeah, the Backway Returnee.
Yeah. So let's begin then with the back way. So before we go on with this, can you tell us a little about yourself, who you are as a person?
Yeah, I am Usainu Kamara, born and brought up in Fonyi, later based in Farado. So I did my senior school. From there, I graduated and later go to Gambia College to go in for my PTC program.
That's nice.
Before the Backway journey, who were you? What was your dream and direction then in life?
During my early days in school, I was like, I want to be a professional player. That was my first target. And especially the time I was in senior school, I was there residing at Farato, playing football. I was having a very big dream in football, but later on, things were not going well for me. Then I feel like I have to go for another target, where I later go to the Gambia College after graduating from grade 12. Yeah.
So when did the idea of taking the back way came to your mind?
Yeah, that was in 2013 or 14, if I could remember. No, 13, where one of my classmates, at the college, embarked on the journey and later succeeded. And as I was there, uh, some of our village mates, my teammates, my age mates were also there. They also embarked on the same journey. And three-quarter of them entered in Europe through the back way. Some of them were at Libya, where I normally chat with them. And whenever we chat, it seems like, they give me motivation of, embarking on the journey. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So your friends are the ones that motivated you to embark on this journey.
Not basically like my friends, but seems like I also have a dream to chase. And because of that, I feel like going to Europe will be, one of the main target to achieve some of my goals than being in the Gambia much more in the teaching field. Yeah, because back then when you look at the teachers in the Gambia, the salary were not that much encouraging. Yeah,
So it was more like you were a teacher before you went on for the back way.
yeah, I was a graduate.
Yeah. So it was more like the motivation that you got and then the dreams that you had which were unfulfilled. That's why you went on to the journey.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So what were you hoping on the other side, like in Europe, might give you when you actually reach there, like when you make it?
Yeah, as I told you, like football was to become a professional player was my main target during my school days. And that time I could remember the year I graduated, I spoke to my brother about taking me to one of the academic. He was like, okay, but in Gambian situation at that time, to become a player
Yeah.
sometimes, is very difficult if you are not financially strong.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, because those officials up there before they consider you, if there are uh, other players who are from the rich family who might be financially stronger than you, sometimes this bias and bribery can go on that, whereby they will not consider the talent, but they will consider the other side of it. So he was like, why not you engage yourself in something else, whereby if football doesn't work for you, you can continue with that one. It's where I get the mentality of going to the college and proceed my education there.
So the idea of Backway was way before you went on to the went in the college. So it was more like in your high school.
No, because back where I guess especially in Libya was like that was in 2011 if I could remember,
Okay.
because I guess the late president Mohammed Gaddafi was killed in, is it 17th February in 2011, something like that. Yeah, and I graduated in let's say at the college was 2013, but in junior school was sorry, senior school I graduated in 2007. Yeah.
Before embarking on this journey, you were in the teaching field.
Yep.
So, do you believe it is lack of job or lack of employment that is motivating the youth to embark on this journey?
I can't say lack of job, or but I can say I can be like lack of encouragement in the profession I was at that time. Because looking at teaching, even now, teachers, when you look at our situation right now, is very poor. We are not secured. When you look at our condition, we are not secured, and financially, we are not stable. Yeah, that's why now looking at other when you say other aspect of it, financially teachers are struggling. Teachers are struggling so hard. That's why sometimes others will quit and go and engage on themselves in other, activities.
A lot
Or
of teachers right now in the Gambia, they are complaining of these things. Like the salary is very low. To feed themselves is a problem, also to feed a whole family. Imagine you as a person being from an extended family to feed all of that. It's not easy. So I don't blame the people who are taking the back way, but then I would not encourage them as well. Would you encourage those people out there to actually go into the back way?
it all depends on the mindset. You talking about, not encouraging or discouraging them. Like, let me take an example for myself. Like, the time I have this mentality of going to Backway, you know, even you are talking about, let's say, how to discourage, because I was among the people, who even established this thing called Operation No Backway to Europe. You know, I can't even understand how it came to me, in Parato. I guess normally in Jiwakunda here is where we normally gathered to have our meeting every Saturday. Sometimes when we close from the college, we even meet them there. I was there, this thing, is it treasury? Yeah, something like that, So
I hope you didn't use their money to go
no,
to the
no, no, no,
back
no, no,
way.
no. I don't have access to that.
Okay.
Yeah.
This thing is very, very interesting.
Yeah,
It
it
was
did.
motivating the youth not to embark on
And
this
it-
journey,
and
and
then you end up
eventually
with-
he embarked on
That's
it.
how things are. Because even last time, right now, I came across one lady who was part of the boat that captured a few months ago, or is it November or September? Sorry, November, something like that, or early December. And I came across her video on TikTok. She was like, "My brothers and sisters, let us not embark on Backway. It is not safe, this and that." And she was later part of that boat which capsized, which 100 and is it 79 or things like that, So it's not easy. Sometimes you don't know how it comes. Yeah.
So, how much of that decision was personal to you?
Come again?
How much of that decision to take the back way was personal? And then how much of it was because of family influence, the society, the friends that you have?
No, I can't say my family have anything to do with it, because
How about the pressure that they put on you?
no, 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 no. That
They
was
didn't-
my personal pressure, I can say,
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. It can be connected to the family financially, but to say that, for them to ask me to go for this back way, no, 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 it's not from them. Because the day I was going, I remember my mom was with me. The time I was at the Yundum Barak, she came there. I was even helping her to iron her clothes. That very evening, that's the day I left. My sister was like, he was here, but normally that time I will be at home. I will tell my sister daughters that, when they ask about me, whosoever come here to ask about me, tell them that, I'm gone. I went to Bagwe. So sometimes people will come there where they ask about me, and they will also jokingly tell them that, he told us that, he's going on Bagwe. So, but that was joke. But the day I was going, they were not aware.
So, do you believe that parents give money to their children to embark on this journey?
I can't say that for certain, like they give or they did not, because for me, they did not give me. So something that I don't have experience on, I don't think I can talk much about that, because I don't see any parent. Some parents, maybe, yeah, but other people, like people that may go on this back way, some of them, they do steal their parents' money, or if they have access to the money, whereby
Yeah, I've heard of a
they would.
case more like it. Someone stole the father's money and then went on for Backway. So on the way, I don't know, he was caught or so. So he had to call the family again to ask for more money. So it was crazy.
But mine was different, because mine, it was not like that.
Okay.
Everything was done by me, step by step, till I later went there. And the time I went there, I was working, though despite going there without no other work than teaching. But the time I went there, I normally go with this Egyptian, whereby daily they will go, they will be paying you with Libyan dinar of 30 dinar, which may be so much huge amount of money at that time if you happen to change it to the Gambian currency. Yeah, so that's how I managed to, leave, pay my house rent, and try to pay for the boat across to Europe. That's Italy.
So it was more like you were an independent person before you went onto the Backway.
Come again,
Like you were independent. You didn't rely on your parents for food, for shelter.
nah, I was not, because that time I was working as a teacher, so a qualified
So
teacher for that matter.
with teaching being so difficult, like how did you have the heart to use that money to go to Backway?
Because I feel like in this life you have to sacrifice to get something. Yeah, this life is all about sacrifice. You have to burn something to get go for something.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, life is all about sacrifice. Yeah.
You sacrifice.
So during this journey, what was the most challenging part of it?
Mm, the most challenging part would be like uh, the financial aspect, because anywhere you are going on this journey, you have to be financially prepared.
Yeah.
From here, starting from Mali, starting from Senegal, in fact, even in the Gambia here, because the time we were going, the last checkpoint we had in the, I don't know, in the Gambia was like the immigrations were like, each of us have to pay, I don't know, $250. I don't know what that $250 is for, but we have to pay. And some of them were like, "You are going with this Gambian currency; it will be useless. Then before going with it, why can't you give us?" So we feel like that one at least makes sense, better than telling us to pay 250 for no reason. But when they tell us that like you are going to a country where this currency will be useless, and as we were also on our road to go, we feel like, yeah, that at least that makes sense, because it's better we give them, we have reward, than going with that money, they later throw it or useless with us there. Yeah, and most of this country, that was the time of Yaya Jammeh 2015, whereby Yaya Jammeh made an announcement. Sorry, I cannot say that for certain, like whether he made an announcement, but the time we reached the Burkina Faso, they were asking an amount of money, telling us that, with their broken English, like, Yaya Jammeh say no Backway, rapport. Is it rapport in front to, to deport or to return them? Yeah, so if you don't pay this amount, you will not, you know, be given the access to get in. Yeah, yeah. So you have to sacrifice and pay, since that was your target to go further instead of going back after spending your money. So that's how it is.
So what part of your journey challenged you the most, emotionally and then mentally?
Crossing from Libya to this place, Europe.
Why do you say so?
Yeah, when we come to in the side of emotion, that sometimes it's so crazy. Emotionally, you can see a Libyan citizen, somebody whom you knows that even your last brother or your sister can be older than him or her. You'll be just having a pistol with him or her, pointing the pistol on you, dictating you to do something which you are not willing to. Yeah, and that place gone is just like the bread in the Gambia. How the way we buy bread in the Gambia, how comfort you, handle bread or have bread in your hand.
People like me would have already failed. We would have already failed.
No, not like that. Because certain situation, if you feel like here, I have to live with it, then you have to get prepared for it. You get me? Like if you go there, maybe the first 1 week or 1 month or so, you will be scared. But as time goes, you will also be getting familiar to it. You later know how to go with it and how to deal with it. Mhm.
Were you also able to have access to one?
Personally, no. But I saw some of the Gambian boys who were working with these Libyan boys, sometimes called, is it gangster? I guess Gambians were the one who gave him that name. At one area in Tripoli, and the Libyan, they call it Trablus. Yeah. The Libyan boy's name is Yusuf, but he was working with Gambians. He will be giving them guns. I guess sometimes they go for this criminal activity time to time. Yeah.
So those criminal activities were more for survival.
Yeah, it is for more of survive because whosoever they ambush, they will be asking for handsome of money or taking their belongings like mobile, whatsoever they have with you.
So, but then they
It,
do not
but
threaten your own life.
you will be threatening they will be threatening your life because some of them will be having knife with them. If they don't want to use the gun, they'll be having knife just that will stab you, where you'll be scared that if I don't surrender or give out my belongings, these people may end up killing me.
So how was the camp like there? The camps where you guys stay, the conditions.
Those ones are very horrible because uh, like when we are in the town before going to the seaside, some of the Arabs, the Libyans, let me be specific, Libyans instead of Arabs.
Yes.
Yeah, so they will be like most of them are they use this family tree. Their relationship is so tight. Like when they knows that there is a compound there that is not that much comfortable for their living, they'll be giving it to the blacks. They call us kamarad, or we call each other kamarad, or we the foreigners. Uh, so it's where we'll be using, and somebody will be in charge of the compound, whereby every end of month he will be asking for uh, the rent fee. So if you are living in the house or in that compound, you must have to pay. Yeah, and that place, and there is this insect called. Is it desert warriors? That's how these Nigerians call it. But in Maninka, I guess it is called karanko. It is very dangerous, very, very dangerous. It is dangerous than even malaria. When you can be going with it in and out, and to let's say to even to kill it, it is not easy. It is harder than louse, look like a louse, but harder than louse. Yeah, it will be just like within this thread, being your boxer, sorry, your underwear, your trouser, your shirt, wherever you are, it will be with you, and it will be keep sucking your blood. Before you realize, if you don't mind, you'll be end up being sick. And if you are sick, not like just mere sick 2 3 days, sometimes you will be sick for. If you are not, if you did not go for medical attention earlier, it can take you more than 1 or 2 weeks. Yeah, depending on how much it affects that you. Yeah.
So I mean,
It is so emotional.
yeah, people like me will not survive that thing. I don't know for anyone
Yeah,
else.
maybe later you can ask about Karanko, but our generation may not know about it here
Yeah.
because I don't think I could remember during my primary school or lower basic. There's one teacher who will be telling us like, if you did not take bath, you'll be having Karanko. Do you know Karanko? We'll be like, yeah, we know Karanko, but that time we thought that it was the bed bugs he talking about.
Talking
But
about, yeah.
obviously, this one is different from the bed bugs.
So it is way more dangerous than the bed bugs.
Obviously. Mhm. And for the seaside is the most horrible part. When you are at the seaside, uh, you can be there sometimes more than 3 months, and that will be far away from the town. The food there, you'll be on the ground. If you are lucky, when you go to work, when coming, you pass their dumping seat or dumping side, you call it. You can pick some of their this old mattress that they throw or blanket. When you come, you just spread it on the floor. That's how you will be living there. And for survival, you have to look for this thing. 3/4 of the food will be only flour, which could be bread or a bag of flour, forage. Okay, yeah, you end up making it in anyhow. You can you can make. Though bread was so cheap there, not compared to the Gambia bread. $1 bread, maybe we can all 1 dinar. Sorry, not $1. 1 dinar bread. All of us can eat it, and even later we can come and eat it again. Maybe it will not be finished. Yeah, but the living there is so hard because being at the seaside, sometimes you will not have enough water to drink, talk less of taking bath. You can be there for maybe 2 or 3 days. And I could even remember there's a point, is it Zawiya? Uh, there's a place called Zawiya, if I could remember well. We went there, they dig a hole whereby they later cemented the hole. They will go and fill the car with these trucks. Those will be used for these tanks in the cars. They will later bring the water there, pour it in that hole. Is where we will get water to drink. Yeah, and most of the time, every camp will have his own security, not like securities from the government, but the owner of the camp will be selecting people or few people to tell them that do not allow people to be entering here, especially if it is fenced. Yeah, he sometimes even give them weapon, if not gun, then knife or cutlass, to tell them that don't allow anybody to get in here if I don't give you the authority. So sometimes when that water comes, those people, especially when it is in the hand of the Nigerians, oh, those people, they will go and fetch water. They have a spare bottle or gallon, sorry, where they will be using that gallon to take bath, where others did not even have what to use to drink. Yeah. So no, those ones are different from the nar they are talking about, because that place water is not their problem if you are in the town.
Okay.
Yeah.
Water and desert area, water may be difficult.
Wow. So
when you pass through the desert?
Yeah, I do. Okay. Because I left Gambia, is it on the 27th of February or something, January rather. Yeah. But if I could remember, Agadez, according to sources, they say there's the second capital of Niger. They call it Niamey. What is the Niger in French? I guess we bought our vehicle there on Monday, and later it was on Wednesday around Monday around 8:30 we left Agadez and reached at what is the name? Gadrong, the first village in Libya, Gadrong. Yeah, we reached there at 9:45 or so on Wednesday. Yeah, meaning we spent 3 days. Yeah.